I'm Coyote Alandi, and these are the top stories we're following this hour. We start off with the Anambra state governorship election, which has been described as peaceful by observers and voters. The exercise began early in May at many of the polling centers, although there were complaints about late arrival of voting materials at some other centers. A total of 37 political parties are vying for the governorship seat in the election, which took place at 326 wards and 4,608 polling centers, with 2 million registered voters expected to have participated. Our political correspondent, Seun Okimbaloye, tells us more about the exercise.
It was somewhat a confusing start to the exercise. Ad hoc officials stranded were told there was a confusion in their deployment. It took the intervention of the resident electoral commissioner of INEC in Anambra State. Considering the time where the exercise has already started in some other parts of the state, the young ad hoc officials scramble to get a seat on the waiting buses. Slow, rough but steady. That's perhaps the best way to describe the start to this election. In some areas, card readers failed, and in some others, materials did not arrive several hours after the exercise started. One of the top contenders in the race is not pleased at all by the late start.
Yeah, since maybe 8 o'clock, nothing, couldn't see no official, no INEC material, no nothing. Been making phone calls, nothing good forthcoming. So we are like stuck, no voting here. At the moment, no material here.
Other contenders have different stories to tell about the exercise.
I'm happy the election is going on. People have turned out in large numbers, as you can see. People are hoping to vote here peacefully, and we believe that at the end of the day, the ballot will be counted and results entered peacefully.
I can just call them only average. Only average, they are not above average. Based on preliminary report I'm getting across the state. But the most worrisome is the attitude of the police.
I'm really upbeat here. I'm very happy. You can see the large turnout of voters actually waiting to cast their votes. You know, I'm very confident that at the end of the day, I'm going to carry the day.
All said and done, counting over, the results are now being put together from all the local government areas in Anambra State. The final figures to determine the winner will be announced by the chief returning officer, and now all eyes will be on the umpire, INEC. From Oka, the Anambra State capital, Seun Okimbaloye, reporting for Channels Television News.
Now, one aspect of the Anambra election that has so far received an appreciable level of commendation from election observers is security. 26,000 policemen were deployed to the state to complement the efforts of other security agencies and ensure the election is hitch-free.
It's D-Day as voters in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, troop out to choose their preferred candidate for the governorship seat.
That's where you...
Although the process got off to a slow start, accreditation and voting are being done simultaneously across polling units.
It's going on smoothly, except that some of the card readers are either too slow or not even working. But I kept on telling my people to talk to the INEC officers to see if they can vote without the card reader. Otherwise, some of them will not be able to vote.
Meanwhile, INEC's National Commissioner for Voter Education and Publicity says many of the logistic problems had been taken care of ahead of the exercise.
The whole exercise took a bit of, was a little bit wobbly yesterday night, but we were able to surpass most of these problems, and we made sure that we opened most of the places.
As the polls got underway at one of the polling units in Amobia area of Oka, men of the Department of State Security arrested a man allegedly for buying votes for his preferred candidates. He was later released.
He cannot say that he saw me giving anybody money, because I have not given anybody money. I brought money here. My party said we should pay our agents certain amount of allowance for doing the job, because they'll be standing in the sun. And I want to make sure that they are doing it. As one of the old stakeholders in the ward, and whom they can trust, they say I should have the money because it could get into other hands and they take it away.
The voting process was much better in places like Osuchia, Umudu, in Ogbaru local government area. Security is tight around the state with thousands of officers deployed and checkpoints mounted to ensure a smooth process at border points.
We can say it was largely successful. But nevertheless, there were just isolated cases of a few individuals in remote areas where we had also done some trade analysis and where we didn't do exactly very good trade analysis. We saw people coming in and take away the ballot box, but these ballot boxes they took away, the police officers that were there would not be able to do much, and we didn't want to call a patrol vehicle that would chase them out. In taking those vehicles, they take them, put them, zoom off.
With 36 political parties vying for the governorship office and the party in power seeking a re-election, expectations are high that the people of Anambra State will get the leader they deserve.
Elsewhere, money laundering is capable of wiping. This is according to Nigeria's Vice President,